Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, Brad Drake, and this is the revival of the World Wrestling Association. I have our venue all set tonight, everybody. We are once again running in the WRTV Studios. And remember, we have those hot new broadcasters available. So our show is going to be seen with a much larger audience than what we're used to. Let's go ahead and take a look at our backstage incidents and see what's going on here. Uh-oh, what's going on with the Wild Man and Mama Muhammad? They're willing to put over the Golden Boys. That's terrific. We will be taking advantage of that. Thank you, gentlemen. That's the first time I've ever seen a tag team do that. It's always singles wrestlers. Let's go ahead and take a look at our absent workers. The only one that's out is Chris Carter. Hey, that's good for us. That's terrific. So on this aspect, we're ready to roll. Let's go ahead and give a rundown here for our television tapings. Remember, we're going to record 2 shows, one for the second week of June and one for the third week of June. So, in action tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on our television tapings, Razor DeVito is going to be in action. The Golden Boys will be featured. Kelly Kiniski and up-and-comer Ron Powers. Johnny Stewart. We're going to see El Bracero back in action. We're going to see Graham and Kent in tag team action. And in our main event, Paul Christy is going to face Steve Regal. For next week's tapings, we're going to see Randy Bryant in action. Prince Mama Muhammad and the Polynesian Wildman will be tagging. Ron Powers, once again, will be in action. The Golden Lion is scheduled to appear. The Windy City Dream Team will be in tag team action. We'll see Calypso Jim in singles action. Mad Maxx is back with us. And in the main event, we're going to see the Dream Machine and former WWA World Heavyweight Champion Stormy Granzig face Bruiser and Crusher. That's Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher for the World Tag Team title. Everybody, grab your seats, hold on tight. Let's get to booking. There it is. Black Katz and Razor DeVito opening up here on Bruiser Bedlam. And Black Katz, of course, is enhancement talent. Really horrible mask. Really horrible name. But he's going to do the job here for Razor DeVito. So there is the Black Katz. I can't believe a guy actually did that gimmick, but he did. And there is Razor DeVito. They probably called him Black Katz because there was probably 150 other Black Cats out there. So they decided to change it up that way. Next, we're going to have our tag match, of course. And let's see once again who's on the docket. And we're going to have Adonis and Shannon versus the Golden Boys. Of course, it's going to be another 3-minute match here. And Frankie Adonis is right there. Here is Mickey Shannon. And there are our Golden Boys. Let's go ahead and have Mike Summers get the win for his team. Mike Summers, of course, is the more experienced hand on that team. And we have Stanton and Kiniski up next. Another 3-minute bout, of course. There is Jeff Stanton doing what Jeff Stanton does best, and that's taking the fall. Jeff Stanton's got a good look, though. Good mustache, trimmed up hair. He's got the polyester jacket on with the towel wrapped around. He looks like he means business. Next, we have John Evans versus Ron Powers. For some reason, that had a 5 next to it. And there is, break it down to 3 minutes. And in case you haven't noticed, we are not putting Ron Powers on any tour dates yet. We are strictly using him on TV. We are strictly bringing him up, building him up. We want him to have an undefeated record. I got really high hopes for Ron Powers, and I want him to look great. So we'll keep him doing squash matches on television. And next, we have Mike Magee versus Johnny Stewart. And there's Mike Magee. There is Johnny Stewart. And Stewart's going to get the win here. And that one is booked. Next, we have the great Wojo cutting a promo. Wojo just came back from injury. So we'll have Sheik Adnan LKC. He'll do the talking, of course. And these two have been an excellent combination so far. This is working out very well for us. And they are going to talk about Steve Regal here. And that's because we are going to start a new feud between Regal and Wojo. Steve Regal is chasing the great Wojo for the World Heavyweight title. See how that works? So there is Steve Regal. There is the great Wojo. There is Sheik Adnan LKC. Sheik Adnan LKC, of course, is in a supporting role. We'll start that storyline. And Sheik Adnan LKC is aligned with the great Wojo. So there we go. And this one's booked 5 minutes. We're good to go. Next, we have Sultan the Great. Sultan the Garbage, more like it. He's going to face El Bracero. I really like El Bracero. I thought he was a really talented wrestler. Now, I'm going to let you behind the curtain here, everybody. I am considering bringing in a World Light Heavyweight title to the WWA. I realize that they never actually had one, but it wouldn't be crazy if they did, considering how close they are with the AWA, and now that we are in an alliance with the other promotions, most of which have a World Light Heavyweight title. So I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I just wanted you to know that I am considering it. All right, Don Kent and Jerry Graham Jr. are cutting a promo. There's Don Kent. There's Jerry Graham Jr. Of course, they're talking about Jimmy Holiday and Mike Summers because they are in a feud with them. They are both going to be based on entertainment. They're both going to be off-screen. So that one is booked. And next, we have Berrera and Dose versus Graham and Kent. Another 3-minute squash match, of course. And Graham and Kent, of course, are former World Tag Team Champions. There's Nacho Berrera. He listens to our show. Hello, Nacho. We're glad that you're listening. And there is Paul Dose. There is Graham and Kent. We are going to have Jerry Graham Jr. get the win here on TV. Man, could that guy talk some trash. do yourself a favor and look up one of his promos. That man could trash talk. All right, Steve Regal is up next. He's going to go 6 minutes. And Steve Regal is going to talk about Sheik Adnan LKC and the Great Wojo. He's going to give it right back to him here. He's had enough of their BS. They are off screen. And here is our main event. It is going to be Paul Christy versus Regal. And let's see if we can't get 17 minutes. There's Paul Christy. There is Steve Regal. And Steve Regal is going to win this match, but it's going to be done by DQ. Outside interference, of course. Steve Regal is going to get attacked by the Great Wojo. And, oh, I can't do DQ because it's on the wrong setting. Yeah, there's no DQ available for a squash match. So that's why it's where it's at. Let's see where we're at time-wise here. We can go one more minute. You know what? Let's give one more minute to LKC and Wojo. So there we go. 65 minutes. We're good. And a 31 for that opener. Razor DeVito, not Razor DeVito, continues his winning ways here. Very nice. The Golden Boys go ahead and get the W over Adonis and Shannon. Excellent. And next, Kelly Kiniski wins with that backbreaker over Jeff Stanton. Very good. And we have Ron Powers over John Evans with that big powerbomb hold he does. Ron Powers has got some inexperience issues. That's all right. We're going to keep building him up on TV. We may do it for a year straight. We'll see. All right, Johnny Stewart wins with that neck breaker over Mike Magee. And hey, not bad. 69 promo for LKC and the Great Wojo. They kick off the storyline. Good stuff. El Bracero wins with that top rope body block. Very nice. Sultan the Great continues his losing ways because that's what we're paying him to do. 56 on the promo here for Don Kent and Jerry Graham Jr. I'll take it. Not the greatest, but I'll take it for what it is. We got a 35 here. Look at that. Nacho Berrera outscores Bulldog Don Kent. Fair enough. All right, 66 for Steve Regal's promo. Again, I'll take it for what it is. And there we go. 68 overall for that main event. And Steve Regal gets the win by DQ. He gets attacked by Great Wojo. And bam, we set up our feud. So 63 overall gets us popularity in 5 regions. Very good stuff. Now, let's go ahead and change our colors over here. And let's start working on the Week 3 show. All right, we got Renesto and Bryant in the opener here. 3 minutes, of course. And yes, for those of you that are new to the channel and wondering, Tom Renesto Jr. is the son of Assassin number 2, Tom Renesto. He was not very good and worked as enhancement. And that's exactly what he's doing for us. And there's Randy Bryant. As we pointed out before, everybody else uses Randy Bryant for enhancement. We're giving him a shot here in the WWA. All right, so that one's booked. Next, we got a tag match. And it's Harry Canadian And Rocky Guerrero versus Muhammad and Wildman. There's Guerrero. There's Muhammad and Wildman. So there we go. Rocky Guerrero. Right there. Harry Canadian. What a name. You can guarantee that was a joke on somebody. All right. The Polynesian Wildman is going to get the win here. He's going to do what the Polynesian Wildman does. Moving right along here. Got Jerry McIntyre versus Ronnie Powers. And Ron Powers is going to continue his winning ways. Good for Ron Powers. Ron Powers is also working for Windy City, so who knows what he's looking like over there. But for us, he's a very promising blue chip, especially after the loss of Scott Steiner. All right, Max Blue versus the Golden Turd. I mean the Golden Lion. The only reason we're keeping the Golden Lion around at this point is to keep this realistic. And we'll give the Golden Lion a win here. Whoop-de-doo. No Money Monroe and Mike Powers are going to face the Windy City Dream Team. And every time, that No Money Monroe name just kills me. I'm telling you, the video I've seen of that guy, he was just awesome. There's Mike Powers. There is No Money Monroe. Man, was he awesome. There's the Windy City Dream Team. And Eddie Strong is going to get the win here for his team. The Windy City Dream Team continues their winning ways on television. Here's another promo from the great Wojo and Sheik Adnan LKC. And you know who they're talking about here. There's LKC. And there is the great Wojo. There's Steve Regal. Steve Regal's off screen. Entertainment and great Wojo is going to be not rated. All right, we'll keep that feud going strong. Redbone. Redbone is going to face Calypso Jim. 3-minute match. Here's Redbone. There is Calypso Jim. Calypso Jim, of course, one of our shining stars. Going to get the win. Next, we have a Mad Maxx promo with Saul Crutchman. And we'll see how it goes. There's Saul Crutchman. There is Mad Maxx. Let's rate them both on entertainment, just for the heck of it. It's probably going to get a really poor score, but remember, we have it edited to where only our top promo really helps. So, there's Igor Zatkov, guy that was once actually a regular hand here in the WWA. He is going to do the favor here for Mad Maxx. I do not like Igor Zatkov. Thought he had a horrible look. Thought he was awful in the ring. So he can do the job for us if he would like to keep his job. He does not want to do the job for us. He can go on down the road. Mad Maxx, bad dude, also known as Eli the Eliminator. Big, powerful guy, nasty look, good in the ring. I'm glad to have him here in the WWA. And next, we got a Bruiser and Crusher promo. And I'm sure this will be a good one. There's Dick the Bruiser. There is the Crusher. And they, of course, in this situation would be hyping the upcoming event. That's exactly how they would be used, since they're not actually in a feud here. And they would be selling tickets to the next big event. And here we go. Dream Machine and Granzig versus the Bruiser and the Crusher. And Bruiser and the Crusher, of course, are the World Tag Team Champions. They're going to get the win here. And the Crusher is going to get the win by count out. Beats him up so badly on the outside that he can't get back in the ring. Now, what the WWA would normally do is they would cut the match off and then say that you're not going to get the results until the next episode. They pulled that crap all the time and really made people angry. We're not going to do that. The segment is booked. We may be a minute over. Something got screwed up here. Oh, the time of the... Excuse me. Time of the match. I can give him one more minute here. Excuse me, I suddenly have the hiccups. I apologize, it's very unprofessional. Let me hold my breath here and try to get rid of them, and I will mute the mic as we start the show. Alright, I hope that's it on the hiccups. Sorry for that being so unprofessional. This is 200 and some shows, and I've never had that problem. So, there we go. A whopping 13 for our opener here. Very disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and Randy Bryant here is starting from the very bottom. All right, Muhammad and Wildman win. And they get a 41 overall, and something is wrong with the Wildman that his finisher is not being used. I think we discussed this before, and I forgot to fix it. All right, moving right along here. Ronnie Powers gets another win here, 36 overall. Very good. And I just remembered we can't have another Powers. We got to change Mike Powers' name. We don't need two Powers. All right, Golden Lion gets the win with that top rope knee drop. And this SOB wasn't actually half bad. 37 overall, I'll take it. Windy City Dream Team get the win here with the top drop. That was a pretty cool move they did, where they would throw the guy off the rope. One would pick him up, and the other one would hit him with a neck breaker. It was called the top drop. It was a pretty cool finisher. You can catch some of their stuff on YouTube. You can look it up, and you can see it for yourself. All right, there it is, 36 overall. No Money Monroe puts in a solid performance for us. And there we go, nice promo here, 76 overall. Very good. Very good indeed. I may have last time accidentally clicked entertainment for Wojo, and that's what could have hurt us. So, good. We're building up heat on that feud. Calypso Jim gets the win with the Cocoa Butt. 42 overall. Redbone with his horrible, horrible neck beard. And we got any takeaways? Calypso Jim, just inconsistency. Okay. All right, Mad Maxx. And Saul Crutchman's promo does pretty awful here. Gets a 32. Next time, we'll just not use Mad Maxx to talk, and we'll leave it up to Crutchman, and that will probably help the situation. All right, Mad Maxx gets the win with that backbreaker rack over Igor Krapkov, even though Igor gets a halfway decent score here. Almost as good as Mad Maxx. That's all right. All right, Bruiser and the Crusher get a 78 here in their promo. Very good indeed. Let's see how this main event does. 70 overall. I'll take it for 1987 WWA. Very good. And they once again defend the World Tag Team title. We're going to finish this television show. Going to increase the popularity across 5 regions. Excellent, excellent, excellent. While that loads, we will prep up here for our next tour date, which is, of course, this Sunday. And we're going to once again run the Tyndall Armory, which has pretty much become our home arena. But as you can see, it's been 2 weeks since the last time. So we'll run the Tyndall every other week. It'll work out well for us. And let's see here. Is there anything that catches our eye here? I don't see much. WWF live event, Steamboat over Morocco. That's a solid main event. It's a pretty darn good card here. Pretty darn good card. And we'll roll down NWA live event tour. Flair over Horner in the main event, 99. Wow. This is a great card right here. Excellent card. Still can't believe Lasertron is the World Television Champion. But stranger things have happened in the world of TEW. We've all seen it. I don't see anything else that really catches my eye here. Maybe Championship, California Championship Wrestling. Tony Rocco, very good hand, even in his advanced age here. This is actually a pretty decent main event here. All right. That's going to do it for us here, everybody. Thank you once again for tuning in. If you would like version 8 of the Supermod, head on over to braddrake.net. Drop me a line. I'll be more than happy to send you over a link to the database and the picture pack. Also, you can join us on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/1987 Supermod. We have a very fun group. We talk about all sorts of stuff in old school wrestling, current wrestling, the Supermod. You name it, we talk about it. You can also check out the PowerCast Network Facebook page at facebook.com/PowerCast Network. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in to this episode. We'll see you tomorrow. Do you enjoy our YouTube content? Do you wish there was more? Well, now there is. Patreon.com/PowerCast Network. There you will find, just starting at $5 a month, more access to podcasts, to shows, to other saves. Check it out today, everybody. That's patreon.com/PowerCast Network.